Hello everyone. Today we will present about the project of computer application. We do the project of pasta. For the first, raw data table customer. In customer raw data, we have customer ID, customer name, customer surname, and customer phone. In raw data table supplier, we have supplier ID, supplier name, contact name, and supplier phone. In raw data table ingredients, we have ingredient ID, source, ingredient name, ingredient unit, and supplier ID. In raw data table pasta dish, we have pasta ID, pasta name, ingredient ID, meat, price, expiration, and stock quantity. And for the last, we have raw data table ordering, order ID, pasta ID, customer ID, order date, quantity, and status.
The relationship of ER model. First one, I will explain the relationship between ordering and customer. One order can be processed by one customer. One order must be processed by customer. One customer can place many orders. One customer must place the order. Then I will explain the relationship between ordering and pasta dish. One order includes many pasta dish. One order must include pasta dish. One pasta dish can be included by many orders. One pasta dish may or may not be included in order. Next, I will explain the relationship between pasta dish and ingredient. One pasta dish can use one ingredient. One pasta dish must use ingredient. One ingredient can be used in many pasta dish. One ingredient must be used in pasta dish. The last one, I will explain the relationship between ingredient and supplier. One ingredient can be provided by one supplier. One ingredient must be provided by supplier. One supplier can provide many ingredients. One supplier must provide the ingredient.
Next, it will be MySQL that is used in this project. The first step is to create a table in MySQL. The table I will use as a sample is the customer table. The principle is to type the create formula, that is, create table followed by the table name. Of this table, the table name is customer. After that, type in the names of every topic that is in the table. In this table is customer ID, names, surname, and phones. Next, we will use the load data local in file formula to import the data in the table that we created as a file in Notepad into the table in MySQL that we created as follows. And when typing, select multiply form followed by the table name. In this table is customer. We will have a table with data as we created is as a file that is imported into the table in MySQL. And importantly, the next tables of this project also create steps like this. This is the output of creating the supplier table. Next, the output of creating the ingredients table. Next, the output of creating the pasta table, and the last one is the output of creating the ordering table.
So let's continue in the final part, which is our three problems. So the first one, they said that write the SQL retrieval command for finding how many days each pasta ID has expired. And here is our output. So let's see our answer. And here's our answer. We say that select the pasta ID timestamp diff day create p dot expiration as day expire from pasta as p where create greater than p dot expirations. So in the first line, it means that we will select the pasta ID and calculate the timestamp diff using the day unit and create with the p dot expiration and create a new column named as day expire from pasta represent as p, which means the using the pasta table represent as p where current date is greater than pasta table with the expiration columns. And here is our output of each pasta ID that had expired. Okay, next is the problem number 2. The SQL say that select p dot time from pasta p inner join ingredient I on p dot ingredient ID equal to I dot ingredient ID, where I dot sauce like pesto percent or I dot sauce like b percent. So here is the output. And here is the output from after running the code. And the line 1 say that select p dot, which means the select pasta table from pasta p inner join ingredient that represent with I on p dot ingredient ID, which means the pasta table with ingredient ID columns equal to ingredient table with the ingredient ID column, where I or ingredient table dot sauce or sauce column like pesto percent and I or ingredient table with sauce column like b percent in the pasta percent or b percent, which means that we will look or find the word or the letter that stay before the percent or finding the word or the letter that begin with the first that placed before the percent. And here is the answer. You can see that in the panel that using the ingredient ID number 1, which is 2 of it, we can see that the ingredient ID number 1 use the bolognese, which is come from the food code, and the number 3 and number 4 that using the ingredient ID number 3, we have the pesto that coming from the running code, the line 3. So let's see the problem number 3. And here's our SQL. We say that select c.customer ID, c.name, c.surname, count as number of orders from customer as C, left join ordering as O1 on c.customer ID equal to O1.customer ID. Group by c.customer ID, c.name, and c.surname. And here's the answer. Here's the output after running the code. The first line say that we're gonna select the customer table with the customer ID column, name column, and surname, and count as the new column, which is the number of order from customer that represent by C. Left join the ordering table represent by O1 on C or customer table with customer ID equal to O1 or ordering table with customer ID column, then group by the customer table with the customer ID column, name column, and surname.
This is the member of our group. And thank you for listening and watching. Thank you.